Everyone, welcome back to another AMG newscast. Here I'll pretty much discuss what I found interesting last month. So that's practically it. I'll be discussing games, news, all the other techie stuff, release stuff that I did find pretty interesting that happened in the previous months, and I'll pretty much summarize it and throw it into a couple of minutes and show it to all you people out there, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, I'm a little bit late in terms of this release, as I did lose my script and all my details for this because my computer decided to crash for no obsolete reasons, so I had to fix that, so the whole thing had to be redone. But that's a different story. Anyways, let's get right down to it. What happened in the month of October that I did find interesting. New DLC called Captain Scarlett and Her Pirate's Booty. You're in a town of Oasis where all the water has mysteriously disappeared, and you are there to find out what's going on. Of course, you do get new weapons and enemies, stories, missions and vehicles, that being the sand skiff, and challenges. So plenty of new stuff that should add up to around 10 hours of gameplay. I do presume that this should be coming out sometime around Christmas. Second up, we do have the Skyrim Dragon DLC is rumored to be coming out as well. This is after the patch 1.8 came out and a user called Murdoch's digged around and he found out that new armor types, horse type, and Southam, a land east of Skyrim, which is a cold and snowy sector, should be there. And of course there is a possibility to be able to ride a dragon, so you might have a dragon mount in that, even though you do have the dragon mount currently available as mods, but now it seems to be right off the bat. So that's going to be pretty nice that this upgrade or DLC is going to be coming out soon. A cool game also got released in the month of October, that being Dishonored came out. Another nice close-up kill 'em type game. I do believe that this does compete with Assassin's Creed in some way, even though it may have the base mechanics different and the concept is practically the same. So if you are fans of Assassin's Creed, then you should give this game a twirl as well. It's really nice, gruesome close combat. You can either go stealth-wise, go aggressive. You can pretty much do what you would like with a hefty amount of different grenades and weapons that you do have for killing your enemies. Now, on other news, Diablo patch 1.0.5 was released, giving of course a bunch of bug fixes and two great new features. One being monster power, which gives the user the ability to tone down or up in stages, in 10 stages for every difficulty level. So you can literally customize that difficulty per stage into 10 different levels. That meaning if it's Hell, Nightmare, you can choose 10 different difficulties, that being called Monster Power level 1 all the way to level 10. And this may be an inspiration from Path of Exiles, but it's funny the same concept found its way to Diablo 3 as well. The Infernal Machine, where the user collects a few items and forges them together, giving them access to a randomly generated boss with of course different attributes that you are used to. Both cases I haven't played Diablo well since ages. I only lasted 2 months playing this when it got released. Too much of money mincing game in my opinion. Now to a little bit of tech news. The Samsung S3 Mini and the iPad Mini have also been released. You do have the miniature version of each device, that being the Samsung S3. You do see the larger size and the smaller size. Same thing with the iPad, you have the larger and smaller size versions that have been released. They have all been minimized. So it's pretty nice to see that the smaller version, especially of the iPad, is there. Unfortunately, of course, these miniature versions don't come with the same hardware specs as the larger versions do, as the larger ones are of course better, faster, stronger, much better hardware components in them. But still, this shouldn't obviously dissuade you from buying them, as the mini ones still do come at a pretty nice cost-cutting price. So I do believe around 20 to 30% cheaper than the larger counterpart. So this is pretty much it for the tech news, which now brings me to a new section called the Spotlight, where I will pretty much recommend or tell you about some games that you haven't heard of. Well, first up with Path of Exiles, it's going to be what Diablo should have been, with a massive skill tree, more like a forest. I don't even know if you can call it a skill tree. And it's going to be free as well, so that a lot will mean the prices can be set by the company on the auction house. And usually when the company decides that, the virtual goods stay at a sane price level. Both cases, check it out. You can also get access to the demo for $10, or you can just wait till it comes out. Again, I presume that most of the stuff should be out by Christmas, as everybody wants to spend their Christmas savings on a nice little present and spoil themselves. Now, the second game I would recommend for all you Android users, which is called Hill Climb Racing, a great addictive game that has managed to reach nearly 5 million downloads, where the users can go to various stages to race up hills, this one being the moon level, and of course you have the ability to upgrade the cars. This is pretty much it for this AMG newscast covering October, and see you guys again in the next month. And as always, happy gaming, take care, see you around.